It is a very strange thing that, out of all the creatures, patterns, and events in the universe, we humans seem to be the only ones who are fundamentally unhappy with ourselves. For instance, you don't see a cloud that is anxious. You don't find a cloud looking at another, more magnificent cumulus formation and thinking, I feel so inadequate, I'm not fluffy enough, I'm not a proper cloud. No, the cloud is doing exactly what it should be doing. It is getting cloudy. You won't see an apple tree at a seminar called How to Be a Better Apple Tree. It doesn't compare its flowers to those of the tree next door. It is just applying. It is fully, gloriously, and without a doubt, an apple tree with all its gnarled branches and imperfect fruit. But we, are different. We are the beings of the second thought. We aren't just living. We're also standing to the side, watching our lives and judging them. We all have a very deep and very persistent suspicion that we are not quite right, even if we don't say anything, that there is a basic problem, like a crack in the porcelain or a note that is just a little bit off-key. This feeling of not being good enough is always there in the background of our lives. But where did we come up with this strange idea? You didn't come with it. No baby comes into the world thinking it is inadequate. It is a baby. It screams, eats, and sleeps. It is a whole organism that is fully involved. No, this feeling is learned. The price of admission to the most complicated game ever made is the social game, civilization. We are born into a web of rules, agreements, and definitions that we didn't make. And the first rule, which is not spoken, is that you, as you are not enough. You must be better. From the very beginning, you are taught that you must be good, virtuous, kind, generous, humble, sincere, and self-controlled. This sounds great, right? What a great group of people. But take a look at the trap. Look at the double bind. You can't be virtuous when someone tells you to be. Let's talk about the virtue of humility. You hear people say, you must be humble. Well, go ahead and try. Right now, try to be humble. What's going on? You could look down. You could talk more quietly. You might say, oh, it was nothing. I'm just a simple person. But who is doing this? A you who is being humble. A you who is figuring out what will happen. And if you do well, if you really feel humble for a second, you will always think to yourself, wow, I'm being very humble. And at that very moment, you are, of course, very proud of how humble you are. The trap closes. The fake you, the actor, is now in charge of the real you. Let's use sincerity. Be honest. Be real. But the social game doesn't care about your real, unplanned, raw feelings. It wants a performance that is reliable. If you really feel like saying, I'm bored to tears by this conversation, but the game says you have to be polite and interested. What do? You seem honest. You wore a mask of honesty, and you get really, really good at pretending. And the more you do it, the more you feel this horrible gap opening up between the you who is alive and spontaneous on the inside and the actor who is performing on the outside. That gap and that feeling are what we call inadequacy. But love is the worst. The game tells you to love. You must love your neighbor. You must love your family. You are told to have a feeling that flows and is spontaneous. But you can't make yourself feel something. You can make something happen. You can pretend to love. You can say the words, buy the gifts, and do the work, but you are always looking inside. Do I really feel the way I'm supposed to feel? And if you do, oh, the guilt. The awful secret truth. I am a liar. I am heartless. I am broken. I do not love. Can you see? The game makes you feel like you're not good enough. There is nothing wrong with the system. It is the feature. The game needs you to feel not good enough, because someone who is perfectly happy with who they are is out of control. They are bad for the game. They won't believe the promises of a better life. They won't try hard to get the silly awards. They won't fight in the wars. Our anxiety is what keeps the whole social system going. We all secretly believe that we are imperfect and that we have to earn our right to exist by becoming perfect. So to run this game, we make up an ideal. We make this ghost. This idea is called the perfect me. This perfect me is a mix of different things. He is all of the shoulds and musts. He is perfectly humble, sincere, loving, and self-controlled. He never thinks bad things. He is never lazy, never angry, and never scared. Of course, this perfect me is a total fake. He isn't real. He is a thought. But this thought turns into a dictator. You are haunted by a ghost. It sits in the corner of every room, watching the real you, the breathing, twitching, confused, alive, messy you. It taps its foot, looks at its watch, and says, "Not good enough. You're failing. Try harder." And what does the real you, this poor, haunted, living thing, choose to do? He says, "You are right. I am broken and not good enough. I need to fix myself. This is where the trouble really starts. This is where the trap turns into a jail cell." You start a war. You say that there is a civil war going on inside. I will beat my anxiety. I will kill my ego. I will be in charge of my thoughts. I will make myself be the good, virtuous, and perfect person that I should be. But stop, just for a second. Who is this me? This I is going to do all this amazing work. Who is this I who has made himself the great surgeon and spiritual general who will work on me? If you look, you will find very closely that the I who feels not good enough and the I who has bravely offered to fix the problem are the same guy. It's the ego trying to cut itself open. It is the source of the confusion, but now it is pretending to be the source of the cure. The left hand grabs the right hand and yells, "I will make you behave." And the more you fight, the worse the war gets. The work you put into fixing yourself is what makes you broken. The desire to get rid of your flaws is what makes them real. What makes them real. It's like trying to clear up muddy water that is moving by stabbing it, by hitting it with a stick. You can't win a fight with yourself, because the person who wins is also the one who fails. You just get tired and more sure than ever that you are a problem. You are stuck in this "I who must fix me" cycle. You keep spinning, and you call this spinning virtue, self-improvement, and spiritual practice. But that's all it is resistance. It is the most extreme form of not accepting. It is the big, final no to being what you are. This refusal, this fight, is the only thing that isn't perfect. Your anxiety is not the imperfection. Your bad thoughts are not to blame. It's not how you feel like you're not good enough. Your belief that you are imperfect is what makes you imperfect. So what is the way? If you are a fake person because you are trying to be good and trying to fix yourself is the trap, what is left? We miss it because it's so simple and clear. The apple tree and the cloud are doing it without even trying. You need to watch the game. You need to see the double bind. You have to see how silly this I is trying to make me better. And when you see it, you can stop playing it. This isn't about trying hard. It's about being aware. What if, for a second, you put down your weapons? What would happen if you stopped the crusade? What if you stopped the war inside? What if you stopped trying to fix yourself for just 1 second? What if you just let it go? This is not an order. This is not a new good thing to do. This is an offer, a call to see the feeling of not being good enough come up. This old, familiar friend who hurts. Hey, there you are again. But this time you don't fight it. You don't think it's true, and you don't try to change it. You feel it. You can feel the full electric vibrating texture of anxiety. You see the strange random weather of a dark thought as it moves across the sky of your mind. You become aware of everything that has happened to you, the good and the bad, the perfect and the not perfect, and you can tell that they are not at war. They aren't enemies. They are two sides of the same thing. You can't have up without down. You can't know light without dark. You can't think of perfect without feeling imperfect. They come up together. They are together. One of them. And you are the awareness that this whole, single, beautiful pattern is happening in. The social game wanted you to split yourself in half. It wanted you to pick a side. I am for the good me and against the bad me. And you broke yourself in the process. You won't find the perfection you've been looking for in winning that war. The best thing is to realize that the war was a mistake. It was based on a case of mistaken identity. You are not the I who feels like they aren't good enough. and you aren't the I who is trying to make it better. So who are you? Oh, that's the big secret. You are everything. You are the way things work. You are both the good and the bad. You are both the calm and the anxious. You are the perfect ideal and the imperfect real world. You are not a thing. You are not a thing that can be defined or set in stone. You are a verb. You are a dance. And there are no wrong moves in a dance. The step you thought was a mistake was actually the start of a new, surprising, and amazing turn. The part of the music that you thought was a wrong note was the very dissonance that makes the final harmony so beautiful. The social game wanted you to be a thought, a good person, a spiritual person, and an achiever. But you are not an idea. You are life itself. You are the raw, unpredictable, uncontrollable, shimmering, squiggling event of the universe, showing itself as this flaw that you were so worried about, this inadequacy you've been dealing with your whole life. There is nothing wrong with the design. The design is what it is. It's your thumbprint. The wabi-sabi teacup is beautiful because it is one of a kind, has cracks, and has been through the weather. A perfect cup made by a machine is dead. There is no life in it. But the cup that has the potter's mark on it, the glaze that isn't quite even, that's where the life is. Your flaws don't mean you failed. They are what makes you feel. They show that you are not just an idea that is dead, but a living thing. You have been trying to fix yourself when all you had to do was to be yourself. And in that simple way of being is the ideal you were always looking for. The whole game, the whole idea of virtue and inadequacy in society was just a way to keep you from thinking about other things. It was a great, complex, and completely believable play that was meant to make you forget this. Forget what? Don't think about the fact that you are the universe. You don't live here. You aren't a tourist who could act up and get kicked out. You are not on probation. You are a part of this big, wiggly process, as much as a heron, a galaxy, or a grain of sand. The heron doesn't feel bad about being a heron when it wakes up in the morning. It doesn't read a book on virtuous stalking of fish. It doesn't care that its fishing technique isn't perfect. It just herons. It is just as it is, and its perfection includes how it hunts, how still it is, and how it suddenly strikes violently. It is one action. We, on the other hand, have separated ourselves. We have the I that feels and the I that decides how I feel, the I that does things, and the I who tells the person to stop. This judge in your head, this critic inside you. Where did he come from? He is not real. He is the voice of the social game that lives inside of him. He is all of your parents, teachers, priests, and TV shows, all pretending to be you, acting like the voice of authority. And he has one simple, terrible message. You are a problem that needs to be solved. So, you've been trying to fix yourself your whole life. You've been trying to fix the flaws that make you who you are. Well, you. You've been trying to smooth out all of your interesting rough edges. You've been working on getting smooth, not surprising, dead. In terms of social behavior, a perfect person would be an automaton, a machine that is completely dependable and programmed to always do the right thing. How boring! What a dull thing! The real ideal, the universe's perfection, isn't in smoothness. It's in the way it feels. It is in the way light and shadow move. It's in the wabi-sabi, the beauty of things that are broken, cracked, or worn down. Your worry? That's how life feels. What are your doubts? That is the intelligence of a living thing that doesn't fall for easy answers. Your bad thoughts? That is the mind's spontaneous and uncontrolled creativity, the same creativity that writes symphonies and finds new stars. You can't have one without the other. You have been told that you can only have the light. You can only be the good part of the pattern. And this is like telling a wave to only be a crest and never a trough. The wave is the top and bottom. It is the going up and down. And you are the perfect and imperfect. So, when you feel like you're not good enough, This old friend of mine, what do? You don't fight it, you don't run away from it, and you definitely don't think it knows the truth about who you are. You just pay attention to it. You say, "Oh, there you are again." The old "I'm not good enough" story. How interesting. You feel it. You let it be a cloud in the wide open sky of your mind. It's not you, it's just the weather. It's a feeling. It makes a noise. It loses its power as soon as you stop fighting it. As soon as you stop believing in it, the ghost goes away. It was real only because you put your energy into it. You gave it life with your war. To see this is a great release. It's not about being perfect. It's about realizing that you were never imperfect in the first place. You were just person. And human includes the mess. The mess is what makes it perfect. The social game of virtue is just that. A game. It's a beautiful, complicated dance. But you got mixed up. You thought the dance rules were what life was all about. You thought the dance was about winning. To be the best dancer, you have to get the most points in virtue. And I'm here to tell you, there is no score, there is no judge, there is no winning or losing. There is just the dance. And you, in all of your clumsy, awkward, glorious, and inadequate movement, are the dance. You are the sound. You are not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You are right now, in all your glorious, imperfect mess, completely and perfectly whole. The you who is listening, with all of your worries, fears, and feelings of not being good enough. That you is a perfect way to describe the whole, free, and beautiful universe, just as you are.